Welcome in, guys. I hope my mic's working. I was having difficulties earlier, so let me know if it's not working. If you guys are tuning in, this was supposed to be fantasy playoff prep, okay? I just looked at my score. Matthew, if you're in here, I hate you. You had three people go off for 40 plus fantasy points. I looked across all of our podcast leagues. He, by far, has the most points scored on day one. It's 200 plus people. No one has nearly as many points as he has, and I'm going against them. It's my luck to go against the highest scoring fantasy player of the day. So, if I sound sad, it's because I lost on day one. Well, but let's get to it. So, I really wanted to go over, a lot of you might be in playoffs now, or they start next week. So I wanted to go over how many games each team is going to be playing in those weeks, because there's like 2 or 3 teams that only play 2 games or less, and that's going to hurt a lot of people. 11 days left. I'm screwed. I'm down at least. Unless some of my players get garbage points right here. I just want to go update you how many points I'm behind. It's improved. Only down 80 now. It was 100, so I take all I can get. And it's not like my team... Okay, no, my team did do bad. But, like, according to podcast average, we aren't doing that bad. So, depression. So, let's go over it. So, the week of August 20th to the 25th, we have Las Vegas playing the most games with 4 games. Minnesota, Dallas, New York, LA, and Connecticut all playing 3 games. And then we have Phoenix, Atlanta, Chicago, and Washington playing 2 games. And then Seattle and Indiana actually only play 1 game. Definitely, that's gonna hurt. You're gonna be missing out on Caitlin Clark, Jewel Lloyd, Aaliyah Boston, Alyssa Smith, Skylar Diggins, Ezzy Nneka. Like, you're gonna miss a lot of good players. So, actually, that works in my favor. They had a lot of Seattle players. Or they had 1 good Seattle player. So I just wanted to highlight that week. Like I said, Vegas is going to have the most games this coming week. So if you have Asia, congratulations. You're probably gonna win, honestly. I don't know how your guys' platforms are doing it. In the podcast league, it is 2 weeks of playoffs. I don't know. Do you guys like that? I'm playing in a league where it's 1 week for playoffs, like per matchup, and then this league is 2 weeks per matchup. I guess 2 weeks, like, it evens it out, I guess, in the end. I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about it. I've been thinking about changing it back to 1 week and then just having an extra week for, a regular season matchup if needed. Let me know what you guys think about that. But some players I wanted to highlight. Well, actually, let's go over news because, oh my god, this trade deadline was crazy. Hines Allen went to Minnesota. I do think she could be a fantasy factor in Minnesota. I know they're crowded over there with their bigs, but she's a versatile big. Bigs are, slim to none. She'll be playing, I don't think it's going to be as crowded as we think. I think she's going to get, oh my god, Connecticut won. I'm also watching the end of the games because Connecticut really almost lost to Los Angeles. But yeah, I think she's going to be fantasy relevant. I hung on to her. Right now on the platform, she is listed as out, so you can put her on your IR. I don't know if she's going to be playing tomorrow. They didn't say. There's no update if she's going to be available to play. She might be. She got traded today. Hop on a plane, get over there. So we'll see about that. Sugg Sutton to Washington. Don't think that's going to be a fantasy factor. Too many guards. Crowded guard room. And then some injury news. Cheyenne Parker is going to be missing a couple of weeks with an ankle injury. I know she wasn't really that fantasy relevant, but it's a nice update. And then Sabrina out with a neck injury, which is a bummer if you're in playoffs. I don't know how long that's going to last. And since they clinched playoffs already, they might be giving her a break. Like, New York is on fire right now. So, I mean, that's kind of concerning if you're in playoffs. Hopefully she'll be fine. She'll have 2 more chances to suit up this week if you guys started playoffs this week. But I watched Maddie Siegrist not play today, which was a bummer. So you guys can go ahead and drop her. Dallas is hard. Dallas is a hard team to gauge. With Dallas, though, with Satu back, Satu's going to play almost close to 40 minutes a game. Same with Natasha. Same with Enrique. Looks like they're going to go with JC Sheldon, which is a smarter move. I think she's better than Uzun. And then they're either going to flip between McCowan and Kalani Brown. That's just how it's going to be. So if there's something better out there than Maddie Siegrist, you guys have the go to drop her. I think we were all excited because of how well she was doing, and we know her potential. But with Satu back, it's just a wrap. Unfortunately, I'm going to need to hold on to her because New York and Dallas play again, and there's literally no one on the waiver wire. So I understand. But after that, guys, let her go. Be free, birdie. Let her fly. Like I said, JC Sheldon's probably going to be in that starting lineup, so she's a good pickup. I think she did pretty decent today, fantasy-wise. Let me see right here. 15 points. I would have took that over stupid Dangerfield 6. Don't even get me started on that. Crystal Dangerfield's time is a wrap. Odyssey Sims maybe just needed a couple of, games to get under her belt. So, I think it's going to be Kia Nurse, Odyssey Sims. You're going to see them more in the lineup. Talbot's doing really well. I always want to root for Ray Burrell, but it's like she doesn't give enough minutes to support anything fantasy-wise. Let me just double-check before I say that. Yeah, 15 minutes, didn't score any points. But Odyssey Sims, Lee Yaru's minutes went up. It's like 8 points, 7 rebounds, though. I mean, that's pretty decent, especially when you need fantasy points. So we can talk about Lee Yaru in that aspect as well. Talbot did not do that well. 19 minutes, 0 points. Dangerfield, like I said, only had 18 minutes, no points. So yeah, the guards for LA are gonna be hard to figure out. Look at their split. Dangerfield 18 minutes, Sims 16 minutes, Nurse 17 minutes, Burrell 15 minutes. It's whoever's gonna be the hot hand, and good luck guessing who that is. But in fantasy playoffs, you have to pick up, you have to drop, you have to play as many people as you can, because you never know what's going to happen. You never know who's going to go off. I had Crystal Dangerfield for about 3 games. She scored 20 plus fantasy points in all those games. And of course, when I need her the most, she scores 6. Okay. My luck. I know. So yeah, if you want to flip the coin on which LA guard is going to do the best, good luck. I mean, if you want to go based off minutes, obviously Dangerfield got the most minutes. If you want to go scores, I mean, Kia Nurse is going to jack up as many threes as she can. 9 points. Odyssey Sims got 7 points. It's going to be a toss-up, especially because the Sparks really aren't fighting for anything anymore. So it's kind of like you're going to see more rotation. I know Azrae Stevens' minutes have gone down quite a bit. Yaru's playing a lot more, which is a bummer because, I mean, Azrae Stevens to me is more of a scoring threat than Yaru. But like I said, with LA having nothing to play for, maybe they're trying new things out and kind of looking to next season. Satu might be a league winner. Yeah, I mean, from the draft, we were kind of saying that if you can draft her, put her on your IR, and just hold her for as long as you can, she's going to return on your value. I know I wasn't able to get her in the podcast league, which sucks so bad, but I got her in our home league, so she's definitely helped me out there. But I feel like we're kind of seeing a drop off of a lot of hot players in the beginning of the season, which is, I feel like, always happens. De'Erica's kind of on that down slope, which is discouraging because I counted on her for like at least 30 plus fantasy points a game. So we're kind of struggling here. And then Man, Phoebich rib injury was tough for me today. Dude, oh, that sucked. I know I told someone to put Phoebich in over Vandersloot, and she got hurt, and I feel hecka bad, but Phoebich has been more consistent than Vandersloot. Everything, you just need a little bit of luck, guys. When it comes to fantasy playoffs, that random injuries happen, lineups get switched. Like today, I'm going to go over the lineups today because they mixed things up. They sat Dewana today. Dewana came off the bench. Who else came? Shatori Walker Kimbrough started today. Talbot started today. Things are going to get a little crazy, especially when teams aren't going to be, fighting or vying for playoffs. I'm curious to see what Dallas does. I think she's still going to ride her starters. I don't see Trammell going against it. They're still going to try to win. It's been a rough season with them for injuries, so I think they're just going to try and go out on a high note, honestly. But for Dallas, I already talked about it a little bit. Probably the only dependable one that's going to be available on the wire is going to be J.C. Sheldon, which is unfortunate. Kayla Thornton's on the wire on some in some leagues. Phoebich was a good pickup until her rib injury. Now it's going to be kind of concerning. I'm wondering if they're going to go with Dwikic. I guess depending on Sabrina's injury and how long they're going to keep her out. Because how long did Dwikic play today? Let's see. Yeah, Dwikic 14 minutes. Niara Savli, I'm telling you. When she gets in rhythm, maybe next season, I don't know if she's really going to be a fantasy savior. But I think Dwikic's minutes are going to go up, especially if Phoebich is going to be out, especially if Sabrina's is going to be out. Kennedy Burke got a lot of minutes, 13 points. It's just hard because you guys know, like, someone can go off and then you're, like, high on them. For example, Lexi Hull. Like, I kind of want to bet on her, but is it going to happen again? Is she really going to go, what was that? What did we say? Like 5 for 6 or 6 for 7 from 3? I doubt that's going to happen again. But it's also like you have to risk it in the playoffs, and I'm looking for any little seed of hope. So, I mean, Burke will be something to look at. It all depends on Phoebich's injury. But, yeah, the 3 names I would look at, Burke, Savali, Dwikic. And it all depends on Sabrina, too, because this will all change. And then when Benijah gets back, it's going to get a little messy, guys. It's so many things are going to happen. I'm holding on to Maddie. I think she's going to force her way into minutes. That's what I thought. And then I saw it's hard because she comes in for Satu. Satu's never going to come out the game. I thought they would try and rotate her in for, like, Tierra a little bit or Natasha, but, man, they really rode those starters. They always do. Dallas always does, though. But I thought because, they're not really playing for much now. But we shall see about that. Did I just freeze? Let me know if I froze. Because my screen on one of my other screens says I froze. Sorry if I did. I don't know what happened. But anyways, yeah, it's a little rough. If you guys are playing 2 weeks of fantasy, I'll let you know the game counts. So New York is going to, at the end of your 2 weeks, so the full 2 weeks, so from August, what is this, the 20th to September the 1st, New York's going to be playing 6 games. Dallas is going to be playing 6 games. Atlanta's going to be playing 6 games. Connecticut and Minnesota will be playing 6 games. Vegas is the only team that's going to be playing 7 games. Phoenix, Indiana, Washington, Seattle, LA, and Chicago will all be. So I mean, that's some heavy hitters on all the teams that have 6+ games. You're gonna have some close matchups, unless you're me. And none of your players want to score more than 30 points today. It's fine. I'm not mad or anything. I wanted to point out Indiana. Temi Fagbenle, I think, is going to be coming back soon. Take a glance. You know they like Temi over there. Lexi Hull and Carly Samuelson. Obviously, some people look at. I know Carly is the one starting right now, but Lexi's better on the defensive end, and if her shot becomes more consistent, I can see her moving into that starting lineup. But you guys know she's been struggling offensively, fantasy-wise, so temper your expectations. I know she killed it. Last game. But don't get your hopes up and then she scores you 3 points, because that happens all the time. Another player that is probably scooped up, Naz Hillman. She's basically taken over the role. I know it was all flipping between her, Cheyenne, Nia Coffee, but it looks like it's Naz Hillman's role. What's going on with Plum? She's been slacking lately. Yeah. I don't know. It's just her. She's not hitting her shots. It's the whole Las Vegas. Jackie's struggling too. It's just Asia Wilson for 40 minutes a game, and it's disappointing because they didn't do anything at the trade deadline. Everyone, all top 4 teams, all literally beefed up and got good players to help them in this playoff stretch. And Vegas said, no, it's okay. Even though we've been struggling all season. It's okay. And someone on Twitter was like, they made a good point. What if no one wants to go to Vegas? We got all these issues. Don't blame you. I don't blame you. But I just think there's a lot of things going on for Vegas. You got the lawsuit. You got the drama just of that lawsuit in play. The drama of the team not clicking. Our role players not stepping up like they've done the past, 2 years. There's just a lot going on, and I think I said in the Discord, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Let's hope we don't get upset in the first round of playoffs. Seattle, though, adding Gabby Williams. Let's just talk about it. Heck, Janice, if you're in here, she already scooped up Gabby Williams in our podcast league, like, way before the Olympics even ended, basically. So we had no chance of getting Gabby Williams. Gabby Williams could be a league winner for playoffs. She could be the league winner. And she is going to be the difference maker for Seattle. Y'all saw Gabby Williams shut down half of our USA Olympic team, and half of them were all the teams they're going to see in playoffs. All the players. So, Gabby Williams, Seattle. Seattle moves into top 3 top teams. I really think it's between Minnesota, them, and New York. Connecticut, I don't know what Connecticut's doing. All their games are getting a little too close. I get they have to gel. They have to figure out with Marina. They're tinkering with their lineup with, only a couple games left of the season. So, it's going to be interesting moving forward. But Seattle is now top 3. It's her first game back. I'm going to be patient. Bless her soul. I'm not patient. I'm not a patient person, especially when I'm down 80 points. I do need to keep her, though, for the next game. She averaged 22 last 30 days. Wait, what? Plum? Satu, Maddie can play together. The minutes are there. I agree with you. I'm 100% on board with that. I just don't know. I love Tremel, so I'll never insult her. I just don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. With the Gabby Williams thing, though, I would temper your expectations for Jordan Horston. She'll obviously come back in. Like, she'll be 6th player off the bench for sure. But I think if Seattle's a team, unless there's foul trouble, they'll ride that 5. Just their 5 is just so talented. Like, I get they'll have to bring Gabby Williams into the fold, but Gabby Williams already played with Seattle. She played with Jewel. She played with Ezzy. So it's more just NECA and Skylar Diggins. 22 fantasy points? Oh, she averaged 22 fantasy points last. I know. What has she been scoring? I don't have Plum in any of my leagues, so I really have not been paying attention. But I've seen what's been happening. Just with regular basketball. 27, 20, 18. I mean, the 18 and 20 is disappointing. I'd be fine with the 27. Her and Jackie are both struggling, though. Because I have Jackie, and I believe Jackie's log looks the exact same. Yeah. 27, 15, 26. Kind of the same. Maybe she's working her in. Satu played in the Olympics. She's ready to go. Maddie's back from a long break. True. That is true. I didn't know she was going to be playing with her finger wrapped as well. So, maybe she's still on minute restriction. I don't know. But I already know it's hard to come by fantasy players anyways, so I understand if you have to keep her if nothing good is out there. But, like, for example, like, if Hines Allen plays tomorrow and I have to make that decision, I don't know. I guess I got to see how Hines Allen plays with Minnesota, how they're going to rotate her in. It's just a lot of hard decisions, and this is going to be the longest 2 weeks. If you guys are playing a 2-week playoffs, it's going to be a long, long, long 2 weeks. But yeah, I was looking at the wire just to try and figure out names that, like, no one's really looking at, but it's going to be tough. And you guys be swooping up players right when that news hits. Right when I send something in Discord, players are gone. They are definitely going to be gone. Who else was I worried about? I've already talked about De'Erica's sliding a little bit in fantasy, which is a bummer. I need those 30, 40 plus fantasy point games. Dejanay improved. I know that 9-point fantasy game, if you guys had her, was brutal. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. Are you guys all in playoffs right now, or do you have an extra week? Like, how are you guys sitting? Oh, let me check my fantasy score. I'm going to tell you my pain. 214 to 126. 1, 2, 4 players scored 40 points. That's incredible. I don't think I've ever had that many players score 40 points for me ever. And if look at our league. If you're in our podcast league, first of all, the next closest I have 126 points, right? Oh, Janice, you did good today, 118. Everyone else, like in the first or the championship bracket, 40 and 76 points. See what I'm talking about? That's crazy. I forgot to take her out my IR, so I think I'm just going to keep her there for now. Yeah, honestly, just do that. If you don't have to make any moves and you can, like, postpone your decision of dropping her, I would do so. I would definitely do so. Okay, but yeah, I just wanted to review the fantasy playoffs, how many games, because Seattle and Indiana, they're only going to be playing one time this week. Washington, Chicago, Phoenix, Atlanta are only going to be playing twice this week. Which is actually fine, because if you're not playing 2 weeks, your playoffs don't start till probably next week. So then the following week, everyone has pretty much the same amount of games. LA, though, only has 2 weeks, so that's a bummer. That sucks. But it should all even out in the end. But yeah. Good luck, you guys. I was going to do a live tomorrow, but I will not be busy, so this will be the live for the week. Next week, I think the week starts on a Monday. I'm in a dead public league. I'm just waiting for my ring in 4 weeks. Dang, lucky. I'm bummed because I'm like, dang. In our podcast league, I said if you come in top 2, you can join. We'll make like a championship league for all the champions, or for the first and second place teams. I'm like, dang, I'm about to be out round 1. That's crazy. Yeah, join us. I'll have it, I'll let you guys know when the link's open. But there's a couple people I won't be letting back in because they stopped playing. How you go 0 for 10? You weren't playing. You weren't trying. So, yeah, there's going to be some exiles if people have to try to rejoin. Yeah, but definitely join our leagues next year. And yeah, hopefully I don't lose. I'll be sad. Megan's doing well in her podcast league, so Brooke is not. Brooke is in the consolation bracket, so she's fighting for 5th. Just don't come in last. I told her, just don't come in last. How about that? That's a win for you. Just don't be last. But alright, guys. If you have any questions, you know to hit up the Discord. I try and push information, all the stuff I find ASAP into there. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up of the games because I was looking at it and I didn't realize Indiana only plays 1 game this week. And Seattle. Which is a bummer. I have Seattle players. So, prepare. I wish you the best of luck because if I come back from down, what was I down? 80 points? 90 points? 90 points. That's insane. If I come back down from 90 points, I'm throwing a celebration. This is going to be my championship. I don't even care if I win the championship after that. But okay, thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, I just wanted to give you guys a heads up of the upcoming fantasy playoff week. Maybe I'm overreacting on some players, but it's good to be cautious. Because I'm dropping and picking up everyone because I'm trying to win. I picked up Natisha Heidemann today, everyone. Will she do good tomorrow? I don't know, but wish me luck. Good luck to everyone out there. Hopefully you win a championship. I'll let you guys know if any sneaky players come up. Or if Emma Meesman comes back. I'm going to let you know if Emma Meesman comes back in the second half of the season. I don't know if that's passed. Pick her up. She's going to win you your championship. So, alright, you heard her here first. Alright, thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.